Alright. Hey y'all. So I went natural back in 2020, the beginning of 2023. And I just wanted to talk about some of the things I learned while being natural. Embracing your natural hair and your natural beauty without feeling the need to compensate with makeup, accessories, hair accessories, jewelry, even clothing has got to be one of the most difficult things. It literally feels like you're dying to your old self, your old ideals, your old perceptions, and your old standards. And you have to walk into this unknown, and it's like pitch dark, and with every step you take, it's like that's when the light switch turns on, but it's only once you take the step. So I was completely bald, and I started researching a lot about natural hair care, specifically my 4C hair. And I came across mini braids, and once my hair was maybe 3 months in, I think it was like long enough for me to put it in super tiny mini braids, and it looked like I had spikes on my head. My family would literally be like, "You're going outside like that?" But I chose to go everywhere like that, except for certain spaces where I felt like, let's say like a job interview, I'll throw on a wig. But other than that, just for my day-to-day, I just showed up like that. Because I was like, I'll be damned if I'm going through a natural hair journey and I don't learn to see myself. I don't learn to accept myself. Because it's more than just the hair. I mean, I've been a year natural now. My hair is like in flat twist. But if you look at me like this, I still look like I'm bald. But for a few months at the beginning of my hair journey, I had a lot of mini braids, and when I could, I put in mini twists, but they still look like tiny spikes on my head. And it just wasn't, I guess, presentable. It wasn't attractive. And yeah, you know, the funny thing is, going through that process, I thought that by now, if I put on a wig or put on braids, that it won't be an issue for me to look in the mirror again when I take down those protective styles and wear my natural hair out again. But like, those feelings don't go away. It just feels easier to make a decision, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I'm still learning to like embrace myself as I am, wholly and fully. I stopped. So I guess some of that trickled into other aspects of my life and not just hair. I stopped wearing nails. I just started embracing my natural nails. I hated feet for the longest time, which meant I hated my feet more than anything else. And so I stopped wearing color on my toes or anything, and I just kind of let them grow wild. I didn't wear much jewelry at all. I'm not really a fan of necklaces or like bracelets. They're kind of inhibiting for me. But I'd wear earrings here and there. So I was like as naked as I came out. And during that time, I was so depressed. And so I could care less what I wore. My goodness. We lived in these loft apartments that were beautiful. And there were a lot of like well-known people who lived there. Some who played sports, a few who designed their own stuff, a few entrepreneurs, things like that. And we lived there too. But when I tell you I was depressed, I could walk out of my house with boxers. I walked out of our house looking homeless every other day. Mind you, I'm wearing my natural 3-month-old hair. So, yeah. What a time, what a time, what a time. But on a lighter note, I think this is the best relationship I have ever been in, or the best relationship I have ever cultivated. Learning my hair from, like, having to unlearn and forgive myself for all the things I put my hair through prior to me going completely natural. I really had to forgive myself for a lot of the practices I participated in before I could embrace this new relationship with my hair. Every day, I really thought of my hair as if I'm in a relationship with somebody else. Like when you're in a relationship, you try and check in every day, just to keep each other present. You you take each other out on dates, or you do things to show that I'm listening, I hear you, I understand you, blah blah blah. And so that's I took that and implemented it between me and my hair. And so every single day I made sure I sprayed water into my hair, or if my scalp was oily, I would oil it. Every week I consistently washed it. It was shampoo and condition, and then the LOC method, or LCO method. And then at times I would do hair mask and other things like that, just to kind of show it a little bit more love in the areas which I didn't focus on throughout the week. So I really had to learn to listen to myself first. And I had to learn to hear my hair, like listen to my hair. So if my hair needed water that week or less water, in order for me to be able to listen, I needed to be in alignment with it. And so that's where this, like, I guess, relationship comes in. And so I spent a lot of time just showing up for my hair every day. And I was like, if I want long, healthy, 4C hair, then I have to, it's kind of like a relationship, right? A relationship is 110, 100-0. Where you put in 100% into the relationship with zero expectations. And if things do come out of it, I'm grateful, I'm thankful, yay. But that's not the motive for why I'm in relation or pursuing that relation, I guess. So that's what it felt like with my hair, where I was just putting in 100%. I was constantly on YouTube researching. I found forums from back in 2008 or so, when the natural hair movement first began, or 2013 I think. And I was just reading up on that, just stocking up on information. It got to the point where a lot of it was repetitive, but I wanted to continuously read it because I wanted it embedded. I wanted it embedded in my hands and my brain, just so that, like, but Um, yeah. So yeah, so learning to have a relationship with my hair is such a it's an ongoing process, and sometimes you really convince yourself and you feel like, yes, I've got it down, I know what it is. And it's so funny because it feels like those moments are the moments where change is around the corner, you know. So yeah, let's see, what else have I learned about my natural hair? hmm. I think it's also helped me um, embrace. Not, oh, here's one thing I noticed. When I was younger, I used to judge a lot of people um, because I honestly, I didn't know better. I just saw an opportunity um, to say something funny, and then I just said it without considering the repercussions or even taking a moment to consider why things were the way they were. So let's say like people had locks or they were at the beginning of their natural hair journey and their hair looked crazy or as spiky as mine did when I was doing mini braids. Instead of just encouraging them into through their natural hair journey or even asking questions, I literally would sit there and make fun of them. And then when I started growing out my hair and I would have mini braids that look like Spike, or my hair looked so ridiculous, and a bunch of like high school football boys would pass me by and laugh. It took a lot for me to sit back and be like, huh, they probably just don't know better. They're probably just like me, where, you know, they don't know where I'm at in my journey. They don't know how long like what it took for me to get to the point of my hair looking like this. They have absolutely no idea, but I do because I am living it every day. And so them taking a jab is nothing really personal. It's I just looked at it as they saw an opportunity and they took it. I can't be mad at that. And so I think this is something I'm still working on today, but I'm learning not to be so judgmental. Being on the other side, where I'm the one being made fun of for presenting in my natural state, really opened my eyes to how judgmental I was. I know I'm judgmental, I really am. It's like, it's something I really need counsel and guidance in. But going through that process made me realize just how judgmental I really am, and how that taints my waters so much. So I guess the third thing I've learned from being natural is just embracing people and embracing all of it as it is. And if judgment presents itself, being strong enough to say, I don't have to stand in that. I can just take a moment to breathe and maybe start with curiosity instead of judgment. So that's something I'm learning. This is years and years of being judgmental and being validated for the judgment I imposed on others. And so it's not gonna take me a year to overcome that. So it's just a daily process. But going through my hair journey has really impacted. It has really cleared my vision, because the funny thing is, I'm just getting mirrors reflected back at me. All that I'm experiencing, like all that is being done to me, is all that I have already done to others. Yeah. And then, my goodness, this feels so much more harder than it is. I wanted to write them down, but I kind of wanted to just come to the screen and just speak and not feel like I have to structure my words a certain way. But I guess we can just leave it there. So those are the 3 things I've learned since being a natural. Some of my goals going into 2024 is I do want to retain 5 inches of my hair this year. And I also want to find a style that is both protective and allows me to still moisturize my hair daily. And so I've been loving the flat twist. I'm kind of testing it out. So I put these in yesterday, which was Monday, and I'm going to take them out Sunday to wash my hair. So we'll just see how that process goes. But this year I just want to retain 5 inches of length and kind of continue on to this journey, and just being open to all aspects of it and embracing all that comes with it, and just noticing that like this is just another learning curve. And honestly, I'm grateful that I started it now, because it's not just a hair journey, it feels like a character development journey too. So yeah, cheers to being natural.